Alrighty guys, what is up? Welcome back to Bloons Tower Defense 6 with Lone Debater 7, and today we're going to be taking a look at the easy difficulty Odyssey. So you can get to the Odyssey if they're available by clicking on that circle up in the upper right hand corner of the loading page. So if you're new to Bloons Tower Defense 6 and the Odyssey more specifically, basically the way this works is you play a succession of maps in a row, and they're different maps. So this is probably Town Center, Logs, and Cubism is my guess. But the catch is you have a shared life pool for all three of these maps. And in order to complete the Odyssey and get the rewards down here, you have to beat all three of these maps, or however many, depending on the difficulty. You do get more, so like on medium there's 4 maps, on hard there is 5 maps. So it does scale the difficulty a little bit on that. So bear that in mind. If you're new to Odysseys, you might want to start out on easy, and then try medium, then try hard. These are timed events, so they only last for a specific amount of time. So this one ends in 3 days, for example, meaning that if I want to play these maps on the Odyssey and potentially get these prizes, I have to beat it in 3 days, right? So that's just to give you an idea of kind of how the mechanics work. Outside of that, the other thing that is worth noting is the crew. So when you click play, it'll open this up so you can pick. But if you go to crew details, you're also limited by what type of crew you can take. So if we hit Start Odyssey, we're going to try out the easy one today. You are limited on who you can take with you. So like hero-wise, I can only take the heroes that I have. So I'm going to put a Dora on there because I normally play with a Dora and a Ninja. But you don't have to do that. It does kind of like random gen this out when you hit play, so you're going to want to go through here and pick what towers you want. Now, you can only place towers on these Odyssey maps if you put the towers inside of your crew right here at the beginning. If you didn't, you won't be able to build it on the map. Now, with that being said, you are also limited on how many of each tower type you can place on the map. So for example, this has the little 3 above it. That means I can place a maximum of 3 bomb shooters on all of the maps in this Odyssey. So for the first map, I can have 3 bomb shooters. Second map, I can have 3. And the third map, I can have 3. But on none of the maps can I build 4. So hopefully that makes sense. For me, I'm going to take this down just a little bit. And we're going to kind of like build out a decent-ish crew. I don't know. So, alright. If you take them all out like this, I know I'm going to want the banana farms, and actually I'm going to add a 4th farm just for fun. I want the bomb shooters. I'll probably take a couple tack shooters just because they're a good catch-all tower. Now, it does not appear that I can bring a ninja, so that's interesting. We'll take a couple of those then. I'm going to take some helicopters. We'll take some of those, I don't know. Maybe we'll take like a couple druids, a couple darts. We'll up that count, we'll up this count, we'll up this count, and this count. Yeah, so I mean, like, this is kind of the meta game. So you're limited on the towers that you can take, you're limited on how many you can build on each map, and you also don't have access to all your towers. You do have your monkey knowledge, so that's going for you, but the difficulty scales because you're maybe forced to use towers you don't normally use, which can be, challenging. So just bear that in mind. We've got our crew kind of looking the way I want. As far as power-ups go, I'm probably not going to use any. In fact, I don't even really need these farms, but we're going to take them anyway. But let's go ahead and dive in. So once you get your crew all set up, you hit play, it takes you into the first map, and it will load the scenario for you, so you got to get to round 40 without losing all your lives, just like a normal map on easy difficulty, but you're limited on your towers. So as you can see, we can only build like 2 villages, we can only build 3 cannons, that kind of thing. So since we are playing on easy and we have the cash for it, I'm going to go ahead and place down a Dora, because a Dora is a good, probably my favorite hero. Granted, I don't have all the secondary heroes unlocked yet, but Adora is definitely up there pretty high as far as which heroes I like to play. So we'll put down a door. That'll be kind of our catch-all for the most part. Then we'll throw down a sniper monkey, and this will be our camo control. So I'm going to go for a bottom path sniper is kind of the plan, but I want to get night vision goggles up right away, just so we're ready to deal with camo balloons. Granted, those don't come for a few rounds, but I don't want to spend the cash somewhere else and not be able to afford that in time. Granted, we have our energy shield, so if we lose less than 25 lives, we'll still have the max starting lives for the next round, or the next map, but I don't want to risk it, so we're just going to do this. That, and on easy difficulty, I know a bottom path sniper with one other tower basically can handle all the way through round 40 without any trouble. So like once we get this to semi-automatic with shrapnel shot, even if we leave him on first, which is what I'm going to do, we will be fine for the rest of this map. Like, we won't have to add anything. We could add in a cannon tower just to help DPS down the Moab that'll come on round 40. So we'll probably do that, but everything else, this tower right here will handle for us. So we'll just let this run for a little bit. I could potentially build a farm and try to generate cash that way, but I think I'm just going to save up and upgrade this sniper because I know that it'll work. So there's not really a reason to put down the farm. I don't know, since it's less than 3,000 cash that we're trying to generate, I don't think it's going to be faster to put down the farm to generate that realistically, just because the farm is going to cost us 1,000. So the time it'll take for us to generate 1,000 currency worth from that one farm is going to be longer than it would have taken to just wait for the 3,000 to generate by popping blooms. So that's why I'm not building a farm here. You could, like if you were going to free play the map or something, you could throw down your farms. Like I'd be putting them down now. I'd try to get my 4 farms out. Then I'd go for the druid strat on the farms to get jungle bounty to get that ability you can spam for cash, and kind of just do my normal farm setup that you've seen in all my recent videos at least. So no worries, we're not going to do that this time. I have utilized this one tower with the sniper setup before on easy maps. If you haven't watched them, check out the Bloons Tower Defense playlist. It'll be up in the right hand corner at some point. Click on that, and there are some episodes about me clearing easy maps, and this bottom path sniper is a very familiar face if you've watched any of those. So there we go, we got semi-auto. Now we're pretty much good for the rest of the map. Getting it to fully auto is even better, but realistically we don't even need it. I'm going to throw down a bomb shooter just because I want a little bit extra popping power for the Moab. So that's what we're doing with this. It's not too bad, so we're going to go 2-3 on our bomb shooter. We're going to get the middle path finished first, just because that's the upgrade I actually want. Bigger bombs is good, it does scale its damage, but a 2-3-0 bomb shooter is what we're going to throw in, and these 3 towers will be enough to, clear the entire map without us losing any lives. So now we'll just have to wait for us to churn through the, 10 rounds that are left, but not a big deal. With that being said, we did hit level 70 on our account, so we did get another monkey knowledge point. I've basically gotten all the magic monkey knowledge points that I want, but yeah, so since I have basically all the magic knowledge points that I want, I've started going into the support tree a little bit, and I'm trying to get like the bank deposit limit and the withdrawal and that kind of stuff with the monkey banks, just so they become a little bit easier to scale money quickly than just putting down some top path banana farms. But I still need like 5 or 6 points, I think, to get the upgrade that I actually want. So we've got a ways yet on that, but anyway, that's kind of what I'm working towards at this point. I don't necessarily use a lot of primary monkeys or military monkeys. I use magic monkeys the most. Like, most of my builds are magic monkeys, so that's what I'm focusing on upgrading. I also use banana farms and villages pretty much every time, so I'm upgrading those as well. But the other types of monkeys, I'm not too worried about. Like, I'll fill those points in after I get the upgrades I actually want, and kind of go from there. But we will get this up to a Moab Assassin just because we'll have the cash to afford it. But even if we didn't buy that upgrade right there, these 3 towers would have been capable. So, like, this monkey is going to pop literally everything except for a few balloons that either Adora or the bomb shooter are going to get. So, we placed this bomb shooter over 10 rounds ago. It's popped 342 balloons. This one's only popped 2,000. This one's popped almost 9k. So, yeah, the sniper is doing work for us. There we go. Easy peasy. So, we beat the first map. Next map is log, so we'll hit continue. You do get a little reward for beating the map, so you do get something. It's not the same as, like, if we played this on easy difficulty, I think we would have gotten more cash for beating that map. But that's fine. You're working, once you clear all of them, you get the big reward that they show down at the bottom. So for this one, even though this map is reasonably good for these guys, tax sprayers, I'm going to start with Adora because I can. Because on easy mode, you start with more money. Because Adora is a better tower than a tax shooter, in all honesty. So we're going to do that. And then, I guess, we'll throw down the tax shooter. And we'll probably make it a tax sprayer. We'll go bottom path tax shooter for this one. Just for some popping ability. And then I'm going to try, then we'll probably place down a sniper monkey again. But this one we're going to go a top middle path. Maybe. Or, well, actually, no, we can't build super monkeys, so no, it'll be another bottom path sniper. But I want to get the tax sprayer upgraded all the way, so 203 tax sprayer with an Adora. That will, I mean, that'll pop basically everything except for camo balloons. So all we got to deal with at this point is camos. Not a big deal. Getting the sniper is the cheapest way to do that. Based off the towers we have available, it's only like 555 on easy difficulty to purchase that. So yeah, 300 for the sniper, 255 for the night vision goggles. So there we go. We'll get that upgrade next. And then we'll go bottom path. And we'll probably build a, after we get this to a fully auto sniper, we'll probably build a second one and go 2 in the top path and then a bottom path again, just because we do have to get to round 60. So even though the towers are priced as if it's easy difficulty and all the upgrades and all that stuff are easy difficulty costs, you sometimes have to go farther in the game than you normally would on an easy map. So like round 60 is a medium map clear, so like you get to round 60 when you're playing on medium difficulty, but the towers also cost more and the upgrades cost more, so it's a little bit harder to do than what this easy version of it is, because the towers are still easy priced, but we have to get to round 60 like on medium. So that's one of the other traits of the Odyssey, you know, like journey thing, I guess. I don't know. They changed some of the rules about the maps in addition to just what towers you can take and stuff along those lines. But not a big deal. I really like the Odyssey game mode. It does kind of mix up the gameplay a little bit for me because, you know, just running the maps is great. Like, don't get me wrong, I love just running maps on this game, but sometimes it's nice to have a little bit more of a challenge because once you kind of figure out what towers will get you to what round, you build the map the same way pretty much every time. So when you're limited on like your towers, for example, it changes how you open the map and stuff like that. So it's good. I like the Odyssey. We are going to try to clear the entire easy difficulty Odyssey in this episode today. So this is the second map. We've got one more after this. It shouldn't be too bad. We'll see what they do on the last map. It might just be a normal clear round 40 map or whatever, or it might be another clear round 60. They also have like an endless stream one, so it'll just be one round, and it like just continuously sends balloons until you've defeated enough or whatever for it to stop. So that might be the layout for the third map. I don't know. It does depend a little bit. So I'm kind of curious to see what it ends up being, but we'll go ahead and place our bomb shooter. Just prepare for that Moab on round 40. And we're going to want this for the BFB that they send through on round 60 as well. So, like, throwing down a cannon tower is typically a good call. Like, cannon towers are pretty good just in their own right at popping balloons. If you go a 2 in the top, 2-0 bottom path cannon shooter. I think once you hit tier 3 or tier 4 of the bottom path, like, these just destroy. They pop so many balloons, it's crazy. I think it's recursive clusters, whatever the 3000-ish upgrade is on the bottom path for the bomb shooter is really good if you're looking for just a DPS type tower. But no worries, we've got our 39 pops from our bomb shooter, 900, 600. So this guy's all, yeah, the sniper is carrying us basically, but that's pretty standard. Like, your sniper usually carries you if you're building at bottom path and you don't have like a super monkey or something. We could potentially throw down a buccaneer if we really wanted to vary up our tower placement, because we do have the water in the center. But I'm going to go for full auto rifle first. Then we might play with the buccaneers in the water after that, as opposed to building a second sniper. Just because some of the rounds on the way to 60, like I believe round 43 has a lot of balloons, so sometimes it's nice to have a little extra protection, even though this guy can basically hit everywhere on the map. So we'll place this guy down. Besides, it's pretty good right here, so we'll get grape shot, hot shot, and then double shot, and we'll make it a top path for this first one, so get it the destroyer. I'm only going to go to destroyer. I'm not going to get the carrier or whatever because I don't think I need it. So we'll do this first, then we'll build a second one and make it a cannon ship, I think. Just so we have that extra, like, popping ability on ceramics, leads, Moabs, that kind of stuff. But there we go. So this guy is kind of like a super monkey. This guy is kind of like a super monkey. And then we've got just our regular tower. So Moab defeater, just like balloon popping type stuff. And then hero for funsies more than anything. Adora is a really good choice to like open a map with if you can afford her. You can't always afford her though, so just bear that in mind. If we really wanted to get crazy, like, we could throw down a boomerang monkey and go for a middle path. We also could put down a village, like, right in here and buff all these towers. But I'm not really concerned about it. Like, we're just going to let this one play out. We should be fine to get through round 60 with this setup alone. If we end up stacking the cash that we need, I might turn that sniper into an elite defender, just so it's fully upgraded on the bottom path. Basically, the farther along the balloons get on the track with an elite defender, the faster the elite defender shoots. So it's a really good, like, just destruction type tower. Like, it lays down so many pops, it's crazy. Like, an elite defender with a super monkey is crazy strong. You set the elite defender to first, put 2 in the middle path, and then you set your super monkey to whatever. So we'll get elite defender, there we go. So this won't lose, I don't believe. If it does, like, I'll be really surprised and sad, but no, I think we're going to be okay with just this setup of 5 towers. If we really wanted to get crazy, and if well, in 8 rounds we might generate enough to upgrade the Moab to a Moab Assassin, or Moab Eliminator, not Assassin. And we could do that, but even that's not really required. Moab Assassin, I believe, will take out the red ones, if I'm not mistaken, but whatever. No worries. So the blue, like, when there's a Moab covering, they get a little bit farther in, but it's not too bad. Like, this round is pretty tough, round 54, 55, because they send a bunch of ceramics, like, clumped up, so normally you might struggle with popping all of them, just because there's so many balloons all in one place. But with an elite defender, you don't really have that problem, so bear that in mind. Elite defender's a really strong tower. But we're almost there, 3 more rounds, and then we will be donesies. Gonna be great. But I kind of wanted to make this video today just to, you know, if you have been hesitant to try out the Odysseys because you think it's going to be difficult with the shared life pool and stuff like that, I just kind of wanted to give an example of how it's not necessarily all that bad. You can get through it. So like round 59, that is a good example of a round to look out for because there's camo leads. So if you have a fully auto sniper, it can pop camos sometimes with the shrapnel shot upgrade. Elite Defender definitely can, so just bear that in mind. You need something with camo detection that can pop leads for round 59. But let's go on to the last map. It's Cubism. I actually really like that map personally, so we're going to do this one, then we'll wrap up the episode. But let's take a look. So we do have to get to round 60 again. That's alright though. Not the end of the world. I'm going to place a door right there. It's a pretty good spot for her. She has pretty good coverage, has a lot of opportunities to pop the balloons as they come in. Tack sprayers are actually pretty good for this map too. You can... there we go. You can sneak one in, like right here, which that is a damn good spot for a tack shooter, if I do say so myself. It's like almost overlapping the track, which is kind of funny, but whatever. I'll take it. No complaints. So maybe what we'll do this time, like we're still basically going to go the same setup. I just put down the tack sprayer for fun. I could have put down our sniper off the bat instead, and we would have made more money in the long run, or we would have had more money at an earlier round or whatever, but I'm not too worried about it. Putting down this tack sprayer does help with just general popping power while you are upgrading the shooting speed of your sniper. Granted, Adora does lay down pretty good fire, especially along the like straightaways like this. It's pretty good, so not a big deal. But we have to get to round 60 again. Not a problem on that either. This is probably one of my favorite maps. I really like this one. There's a lot of, mainly because it's pretty easy to get set up in the early game, and there's large open spaces like up here and up here where you can place a lot of farms down, which is kind of nice. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get our sniper roll in. I almost always get, well, I normally don't go night vision goggles for the first upgrade just because the camo round is pretty far in. I normally go 2 points in faster firing, then night vision goggles, then shrapnel. But just these towers kind of handle all the popping for us since we open this way. So I want to get the camo coverage first. So I kind of change up the upgrade order sometimes on the sniper depending on what I've built and what's out on the map already. But not a big deal. You don't have to do it that way. We still could have gone for faster firing twice and gotten night vision goggles before the camo balloon round, which I think is round 24, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, we're pretty well set up now. Once we get semi-auto, nothing will really be able to get through until we get past round 40, or about round 40, I guess, but no worries. Just generate some cash so we can get that semi-auto upgrade and call it good. I'm just not holding it open so you can actually see the balloons come in and just get annihilated by our sniper. Like, that tack shooter has not shot in so long. 194 pops, that's it. That's crazy. It'll start getting some now, just because there's more balloons coming in on some of these rounds. But that'll change once we get semi-auto. They won't hit anything really. So, yep. We'll see if anything gets to our tack shooter or our Adora from this point on, just for fun. Like, they will once we hit round 40 with the Moab and stuff, I guess, but I don't know if anything else will get through before then. So, oh, the leads, that's right, because this guy as semi-auto can't pop leads. You do have to get them to a fully auto to be able to pop leads with the sniper. So we have to get fully auto by round 59 at the very latest in order to be able to deal with the camos, or we have to build a village and get radar scanner for these towers. Or specifically this one, so we can deal with the camo leads, but no worries, there we go. So we're set up for round 40. Basically, we're just going to let this run for a little bit. Once we have enough for fully auto, we'll put that on our sniper, and then we can play around with the Buccaneer towers again, like we did last time, just for fun. We could potentially go merchantmen, like we could place it down now and try to get a couple of merchantmen up, but I'm not really worried about that, in all honesty, but it's all good. I'm not concerned about this map at all. Like, we haven't lost any lives at this point, so with 235 total lives that we can spend on any given round, I think we're going to be fine with this setup. The only exception, round 59 camo leads, would pose a problem to us, but if we were only going to round 40, like, I wouldn't even bother getting fully auto. But there we go. I think even if we don't upgrade our cannon tower or our attack sprayer to the next level, we still will be able to clear round 60 without an issue. The only benefit of upgrading this guy to a Moab Assassin is then we can use its ability for the BFB on round 60, so it goes a little faster, but that's not really required either. Like, I think we have enough popping power here that we'd be fine, but we'll get Moab Assassin. I do actually like that upgrade, so we'll take it. And then, just for fun, we'll go for some merchantmen. Because they do generate money every round, so we'll be able to afford Elite Defender faster and stuff like that. So it's an option outside of farms to make money, but it's not that great until you get favored trades. And you need to have a lot of them in order to make this work. But we'll put down 2 merchantmen, it's not a problem. It might be early enough that they'll pay for themselves, I don't know. But we'll see. We won't get the Elite Defender this time. I could get Overdrive, I guess. Would maybe be worth the investment. It does upgrade this one quite a bit. Sure, we'll do that. And then we'll just wait. If we get enough for favored trades on one of them, we'll buy it. If we get it for both, we'll buy it for both, just for fun. I don't think those Buccaneer... Well, this guy will get a few pops just because he can cover right here, but like this one, I don't think he's gonna pop any balloons the entire game. I could be wrong, we'll see, but we'll put favorite trades on this guy. 46.75. Cool, there we go. Super fun. Yeah, this one isn't really worth it when you only have one other, but it does, but like if you build, say, 20 merchantmen on a map, which you could potentially do down in this lower lake. Trade Empire is a really good upgrade to increase the money generated from all of them. But there we go, we've got 2 tier 4 merchantmen, just for fun, a little bit of extra cash generation. We might be able to afford another, or we might be able to afford a tier 5 upgrade before round 60 with this. But we'll, that's kind of why I'm testing it, just to see if we will be able to afford a tier 5 upgrade by round 6. So like, honestly, Elite Defender's the cheapest one, but so we'll probably get Elite Defender, I guess. Maybe we'll be able to afford 2. Who knows? Might be able to get a Moab Eliminator as well. I think they only give like maybe 200 or 300 for each of the, 500 for each ship. So we get 1,000 gold every round. So that's not a whole lot, honestly, when you're trying to generate 20k. If we had like 5 or 6 of them, then it starts to do a little better. Or like 10. If you have 10 of these guys right here, so not Trade Empire, but favored trades, ships, you're making 5,000 coins every round, which is pretty good. But that's also a lot of investment, because getting to favorite trades, that's a $4,700 upgrade. So would it cost you 47 grand to upgrade all those ships first, so you gotta figure it'll take about 10 rounds before you pay off the cost of just that upgrade. That's not including the cost to get all the upgrades leading to it, or the cost of the ship itself, so yeah, you gotta get those up early, I guess, for them to pay off. Well, we might be able to afford either Tax Zone or Moab Eliminator. Oh, we could get Tax Zone. Sure, why not? Super easy. Cool, cool. And that is the Easy Odyssey complete. So at the end, you'll come in. It'll say time taken, lives remaining, pop count, cash gen. So it'll give you some stats. So it took us just over an hour. Well, that says an hour. My recorded video says 31 minutes, but whatever. So we get a power-up, we get some trophies, and we get some monkey money. So the trophies, if you're new to the Odyssey and stuff like that, you may not know what those are used for. If you go back out and go, not here, that's the microtransaction shop, but the trophy icon, you can buy skins using your trophies. So like, I bought a couple, so my BFBs are sci-fi. I have red noses on all of my like Moab class balloons, and then I have a sunbeam every time a door is placed or levels up or whatever. There's other ones though, so like you can buy like striker paradrop, fireworks, co-op, so you can buy emotes, you can change the look of balloons, Moab class balloons I guess, and then there's music, so there's avatars, there's a bunch of different stuff inside this trophy shop. Take a look at it if you're interested. But that's part of why you play the Odysseys, is so you can buy the skins and things like that. If nothing else, it is a way to kind of add to your collection of what maps can look like. It is part of the game progression, so bear that in mind. You do want to play Odysseys. There's also achievements for completing specific number of Odysseys. I think there's one for 12 Odysseys right here. 12 tasks of the Mongols. So complete 12 different Odysseys. So we're a quarter of the way there. If I play the medium and the hard version of this Odyssey that's running right now, that will count as another 2 Odysseys that I've completed. So if you play all 3 difficulties of your Odysseys, you get 3 for each Odyssey event. So it'll take you 4 Odyssey events to get this achievement at a bare minimum. So bear that in mind. The sooner you get into Odysseys and start playing them, the sooner you'll get those achievements unlocked, which do give you decent perks. As far as the support tree is concerned, I want to work down this way. So this is actually pretty good. The IMF loan becomes a little bit more usable. But the point that I'm actually working towards is this guy down here, bank deposits. Yeah, I'm going to need a lot more points. Right now I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. This requires 14. So I can't even get this one, which doesn't necessarily matter. I don't care about that. But I'll probably go this one next, this one, and this one. Then I got to get this one. So we're still a ways away from bank deposits. 14 points, I got to get another 7 or 8 points, 8 monkey knowledge points before I can unlock that. So at least level 78, assuming I get 1 monkey knowledge point for each level, which doesn't always happen, by the way. Anyway, so that is my coverage of Easy Difficulty Odysseys. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, subscribe as always. And until next time, this has been Lone Debater 7, and we will see ya.